Good morning, guys. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Hope everyone are doing excellent. Good, good, Mustaq. Hey, Sumit. Okay, so let us go into the topic. Uh, should we little bit shoot out round, guys, of yesterday's class? Yeah, let's do that. So where do you create servers? EC2. What is servers called in EC2? Yeah, instances. EC2 instances. Okay. So what is load balancer in AWS called? ELB. E stands for Elastic Load Balancer. And what is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. No, Mustaq, it's not cloud computing. It's, sweetie, you said computer cloud. Okay, it's compute cloud. Okay. Okay, R is mismatched. Okay. Yeah, yeah, good. So, and okay. What is auto scaling? Scale out and then scale in. So, guys, if I want to have a high availability, if I want to achieve a high availability, right, for my EC2 instances, what feature I need to enable? Which feature I need to set up? Excellent. Load balancer. What is that? Load balancer. Right? See, load balance is the one who will be doing, right? So who take cares of failover and monitoring? ELB. Fantastic. Good. So redundancy meaning keeping the same application on the multiple servers. Okay. Which is a service provides easy and quick deployment of applications? Beanstalk. I told you not to call it as EBS. You use Beanstalk, right? Or Elastic Beanstalk, right? Because you will understand today why I have not recommended to call EBS, right? So just say that Elastic Beanstalk. Excellent, guys. If I want to, right, there is a service which everything is ready. I just need to go and do it. Yeah, that is Lightsail. Okay, so which is the service? Which is the service will trigger based on the events? Lambda. Lambda is server based or serverless? It is serverless. Excellent. Too good, man. Super cool. Let me share my screen now. All right. So guys, today let us move to the next concept, storage services. Guys, remember EC2 is a big topic and will be discussing all these things. EC2, it will take a couple of days, right? Lightsail, it take 1 day, right? So this is just a trailer. I'm just introducing you the services. and we'll go deeper into one by one. So let us finish all our services, what we're going to discuss, and let's take one service and we'll go deep into it, and then we'll do all kind of lab and all. Okay, I know. All right, so storage services. Let me open a page now. Storage services. So guys, I don't write storage services, but the thing is, in storage services, the first, guys, as the name suggests, it is storage. What is storage? Where you store the data. Yes, storage meaning where you store the data is called storage, right? So in these storage services, the first service that we're going to talk about is S3. What is that? S3. S3 meaning simple storage service. Guys, I already told you that everything in AWS start with simple and with service. So this is also a certification question. Definitely you will be confused because, right, they will be giving you the options like, service storage simple, simple service storage, storage simple service, and simple storage service. Definitely will get confused. So that's why I told you to remember this small thing, like, everything will start with simple and end with service. That is called simple storage service. Is that clear? Right? So this is a certification question, guys. Those who are writing or those who are making notes, please take this off. All right. So to talk about S3, I just want to go a little bit back in our childhood days. I don't know about you guys, but I still remember, right? So when I was studying in my college, there were no computers. It was there, like, but it was very rare. I used to see the computer in our lab, in our computer lab. And if you want to store some data, something, on those days, we used floppies. Anyone here floppy disk? Those who use floppy disk? So guys, floppy disk meaning yeah, we are in same. Yeah, good. So I still remember, like, yeah, in our school days, right? In our college days, we used to have a floppies. And remember, guys, can you tell me floppies, how much, what is the size of the floppy? Don't show me on hands. Sir, this much size, right? So what is in size, maximum size of a floppy? 2 MB. Yeah, 1.5 MB or 2 MB max, right? So I still remember when I was doing my project in the final year in computers, I was carrying few floppies because I cannot save the data, a huge data over there, right? So I still remember my computer ma'am. She told that, I told her, ma'am, see, this is my project, and I gave her 5 floppies, and she haven't checked, and right, she said, okay, no problem, because it is a big task for her to take all the floppies and take one by one, right? So those days were floppies. Guys, can you tell me floppies are sufficient to store our data? No. So later we got CDs. Remember CDs? Many people know these CDs. So can you tell me what is the size of the CD, guys? Especially boys. We have a habit of watching movies, right? On those days, we don't have 4 GB, right? Not 4 GB. That is, CDs are 700 MB or 80 MB. Yeah, it is in MB still, right? It is in MB still. But the CDs was also not sufficient. Then we moved to DVDs. And these DVDs are in GB, so that meaning 4 GB. Remember on those days, we get one DVD with 3 movies, huh? Remember, right? Yeah, yeah. But guys, these DVDs are sufficient to store our data. If you go to one trip to somewhere, your photos will be more than 4 GB. Yeah? How could you save your data within the 4 GB? So there were no DVDs much, and then we got pen drives. We have pen drives of 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, 64 GB, 128 GB. What is the maximum size of pen drive? I don't know, but I'm just asking. Right? So I don't know. So let's put 128 GB, but definitely is not more than 256. Definitely. Yes, Tapas. Right? So the thing is here, even if you have 128 GB also on your phone, that phone is getting full soon. Storage is full. Clean up. So pen drives are not also sufficient. Then people move to external hard disk. Remember, what is the size of external hard disk? I have at the moment 2 terabyte, but I don't know how much big it is. But many people. But remember, you have 1 terabyte, you have 2 terabytes, right? But remember, guys, if you are handling this multiple hard disk, is it easy or is it a risk? We never know. Any rat comes and bite your right, and then you don't know when the hard disk will fail. You don't know when you lose this hard disk. You don't know if you keep some hard disk in some safe place, and you might have forget that place. We don't know. Anything can happen with this external hard disk. Yeah, it is not safe. Many people have uh, many people like at least I saw this kind of problems. Like, I use floppies, I use CDs, DVDs, pen drives. I still have my external hard disk, but I still feel it is risk and it is not safe. So many people in the world, not people, everyone in the world have an idea, have a thought that there should be some place where I need to store my data safely and highly availably, right? And then unlimitedly. So the problem here is till now, whatever the storage we have is limited. So I need something unlimited storage, and something it should be something it should be like safe. I no need to worry about the backups. I no need to worry about anything. I just put it over there, and it should be lying over there. And whenever I access, I should get it. Keeping all these hassles in mind, AWS has came up with the extraordinary service called S3. S3 is simple storage service. S3 is simple storage. Now you understand the why it is called simple storage service. Guys, it is simply used to store the data. Don't expect anything else. Many people, what do you do with your pen drive? You just store it. Whenever you want, you access it. Whenever you want, you put it over there. Yes or no? Those who are intelligent, they might answer also, sir, we can boot it also. But I'm just not telling about it. But generally, you have a desk, right? In your desk, you put all your papers over there. You just put it and you just use it. Is there anything else use? No. So here also storage meaning basically, guys, it is just S3 is used to just store any kind of files. Any kind of files. If any kind of files meaning I'll call it as any files meaning flat files. What that call for me files meaning flat files. Flat file meanings all your documents, all your videos, or your photos, or your whatnot, everything. So before going to that, I'll be writing here all things. Yeah. So S3 is used to just store your files. S3 is used to just store your files. So guys, here, remember S3 is used to store flat files. Remember, flat files meaning, I'm just calling it as flat files, meaning flat meaning any files, any files. If you ask, if you ask, sir, can it store this file? Yes, everything it can store. Everything it can store. So here with S3, what you do, guys, we just use, you can upload, you can download and access your files. Yes or no? Do you agree with all these things? Yes, right? So with S3, you can upload and download and access your files. S3 is a service, guys. S3 is a service in AWS where, hey, did you use your Google Drive? Did you use your Google Drive? Just same as like that. So Google Drive, what we do, go in Google Drive, we'll just put our data and we'll upload, we'll download, and we'll access your files. Yes, right? In S3, AWS, equal to Google Drive is like, in AWS it is S3. Okay. So guys, it just like your, okay, let's say in your laptop you have your folder, right? You have folders where if you want to create files, you just create files. Inside the files you put folders, right? The same way here in S3, guys, see here in S3. Okay, so first of all, tell me, in laptop we create a folders. Inside the folders, what we have it, guys? We have files. In S3, the folder, we call it as bucket, right? And the files, we call it as object, right? S3, Saurav, I told you S3 is used to store the data. Can you tell me what are the other services that it stores the data? That's a difference. S3 is used just to store the data. Other services, okay. Now you says that what makes the difference? EC2. What is the difference between EC2 and S3? Tell me, guys. Till based on your knowledge till now.
EC2 is a server instance.
Please, I would recommend not to use the voice. Please put the put your messages. Sorry for that. So yeah, fantastic. That's the difference, guys. So the thing is here, EC2 is for launching the instances. S3 is just a storage. It's like a hard disk. No, it's not a hard disk. It's just a storage, right? Where you stores the data. Fantastic. Okay, now this is very important to understand, guys. Folder meaning in S3, the folder, we call it as a bucket, and the files, we call it as object. Understand? What is a folder called in AWS, in S3? Don't think bucket meaning, sir, not this KFC buckets and all. Right? So, bucket. Can I say it just like, see guys here, bucket are same as like folders. Right? And then objects are same as like files. So with this, can I say bucket is a container of files, sorry, container of objects? Can I say this? Yeah, that's the definition. So bucket is a container for objects. Bucket is a container for objects. It's just like your folder, but here in AWS we call it as for bucket. In AWS in S3 we call it as bucket. Guys, is this clear till here? Just the naming difference. Bucket folder meaning here bucket and files meaning objects. Okay. So whenever in S3, if I say bucket, there's nothing but a folder. If I say object, that is nothing but a files. Can you tell me now with this, S3 is what based storage? S3 is dash based storage. What based storage? Object-based storage. Fantastic. This is Pakka certification question. This is super, guys. S3 is object-based storage. S3 is object-based storage. Certification question, guys. You know what is object? And you know what? S3 is unlimited storage. S3 is unlimited storage. Guys, it is unlimited. However, how much ever you put it, automatically, right, it will expand at automatic things. That meaning it's unlimited storage. It's not 50 terabyte, 60 terabyte, 100 terabyte, 1000 terabyte. No. How much ever you put, it will take. That's all. There is no limitation. S3 is unlimited storage. Right? But here, guys, very importantly, guys, who will take, hey, S3 is serverless. S3 is serverless. That meaning we cannot see a server there. It's just a service. Guys, S3 is just a service. So that meaning, okay, in Google Drive, can you see the server in Google Drive? No. The same way in S3 also you cannot see the server. It is serverless. Just you have an option to create bucket, upload objects. That's all. Click on create bucket. Bucket will be created. In that you start uploading your objects. That is big, and that is serverless. And guys, do you worry about the high availability of Google Drive? Do you worry about the performance of Google Drive? Everything is handled by Google, but here also S3 handles HA performances, etc. for AWS. AWS handles HA, etc. for S3. Everything is responsible by the AWS. We just need to use it. That's all. We just need to use this. That's all. All right. Okay, guys, let me ask you the question. What is S3? Simple storage service. Okay. S3 is what based storage? Object based storage. In S3, what type of files you can store? Flat files. Excellent. Right. So, are you worried about S3 storage size? No. S3 is limited or unlimited storage? Unlimited. What are the folders called in S3? Bucket. What are the files called in S3? Object. Right. So in S3, high availability, performance, etc. will be handled by? Which is cheaper, EC2 or S3? Obviously, S3. Right? S3 is cheaper than EC2. Excellent, guys. You are excellently following. Very good. But let me say you the limitations here. Guys, let me say you the limitations. Guys, you can store anything on the S3, I told you. right? You can store anything on S3, but remember, you cannot execute on S3. You cannot run anything on S3. You cannot execute anything on S3. No, you can just store, right? So with this, can you tell me, is it possible to install operating system on S3? Right? A big no. Okay, right? So is it possible to run your Python files, .NET files, Java files on S3? Your Python files, Java files, right? And .NET on S3? Big no. Right? It's a big no. And remember, can you see, you have EC2 instance. EC2 instance is our server, right? Can you attach this S3 to the EC2 instance? No. You cannot attach S3 to EC2 instance to install OS. Is it possible, guys? Right? No. You cannot see. You cannot use S3 as an operating system for the EC2 instance. Nah, bloody no, not at all. Guys, you understood the whole concept of EC2 S3. The meaning, it is used just to store only the flat files. That too, object-based storage. S3 is object-based storage. And finally, it provides a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful feature. You know what? S3 supports static website hosting. S3 support static website hosting. That meaning, guys, what is static website? What is static? Which will not change. Contents will not be changed, right? And it doesn't like example is your HTML, right? The page, the entire website is static. It doesn't contain any databases in the backend. So once you put the data there, you don't change it. It is static. The data is not dynamic, right? So the website which is static website that doesn't require any coding, any server-side programming, anything, just only HTML, right? And little bit of JavaScript. So these kind of websites, guys, can you tell me, in general, if you want to host a website, we need to have a server, right? Without server, do you have the website running? No, no. So, but here, S3 provides this static website hosting. You know what? It's very easy. Create a bucket, put your entire website over there, and enable the static website hosting, and your website will be working on internet. And luckily, high availability, auto scaling, everything will be automatically handled by S3. Performance, everything is automatically handled by S3. So guys, if you need to have a static website, single page or a nice website, would you go for EC2 or S3? You understood? These are all certification questions and interview questions. Is this clear on S3? Everyone, this is just a trailer, guys. We still have a big topic on S3. It'll take at least 4 days for me. In EC2, we have storage. What storage it is? That's the next topic, Prashant. Can I access files from S3 from EC2 instance? Definitely, Munna. That is very good question. Guys, from EC2, you can access anything. You can access internet. We have S3 also. Remember, you cannot attach S3 to the EC2 instance, but remember, you can access S3 from EC2 instance. Possible. Excellent. Okay, I hope you understood this concept. Let us go to very, 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 very important concept. The next storage that we're going to discuss is elastic block storage. In shortcut, we call it as EBS. You understood why I told you not to say EBS? Yeah, it's not elastic beanstalk. It is EBS, meaning in general in the market, in anywhere, in interview, in certification questions, everywhere EBS meaning elastic block storage. It will never refer to beanstalk. Right? Okay, so let us go and talk very detailed about this block storage. Guys, let's say we have our EC2 instance here. We have our EC2 instance. This is my EC2. Guys, concentrate. EC2 instance. Okay. So guys, here, can you tell me what are the things yesterday we have discussed, right? You can launch an EC2 instance. What do we do with the EC2 instance? Can you tell me? We can stop the EC2 instance. We can start the EC2 instance. We can reboot the EC2 instance, and we can terminate the EC2. We know all these things, right? So you can launch anytime, and you can stop anytime. You can start anytime. You can reboot anytime. Terminate meaning fasak. Reboot meaning you mentioned reboot, right? Stop meaning it will be in stop state. Start meaning it will start again, right? Okay, all right. But here, guys, remember, remember, S3 is what based storage? Object-based storage. S3 is object-based storage, whereas EBS is block-based storage. Certification question. EBS is block-based storage. Why, sir, EBS is block-based storage? Guys, your EC2 instance, whatever, not only EC2 instance, your laptop, where all the data will be stored in your laptop? That's a question. In hard disk, na? EC2 instance also need hard disk, na? Do you agree? EC2 instance also need hard disk, right? So guys, that hard disk, we cannot call hard disk anymore here. We will be named as volumes. Volume. Right? So hard disk in AWS, we call it as volume. What volume are those? EBS volume. Very important. Now you should be habituated with this name. Guys, hard disk meaning volume. What volume? EBS volume. Now guys, can you tell me why this is called block-based storage? Can I install operating system on the hard disk? Yes. Can I run my Python files on my hard disk? Can I run my application .NET, Java, Bush, Cobra, Anaconda, all kind of animals there? Right? Everything I can do. That is why it is a block-based storage. There are no limitations. It's a raw storage. That means that is why it's called block-based storage. Whereas in that is S3 is object. That meaning I can put only objects. I can put only objects there. But here I can block-based storage meaning I can put objects also. I can install anything. I can do anything. You do anything there. Do you understand? So what is hard disk called on EC2 on AWS? Volume. What volume is that? EBS volume. If you have multiple hard disks, EBS volumes. All right. So guys, definitely when you're launching the EC2 instance, we need to have an hard disk, right? That meaning volumes, right? So guys, in your laptop, your operating system is sitting in which drive? C drive, na? Do you have D drive also? You might have C drive, D drive, E drive based on your partition, right? C drive is a like you have a C drive, right? And then you have many things. See here now, when I launch the EC2 instance, definitely I need to have a volume. But in AWS, you no need to do any partition. In AWS, we have something called EBS. Right? In AWS, we have something called EBS. EBS is elastic block storage. That's what we are talking about. This is big is AWS has a big, huge storage, yeah. Big, huge storage, right? And what you do is, in that storage, you go and create your volume. In this storage, you go and create a volume. How much your volume you want, you can create it. And that volume, guys, you attach it. This volume, wherever you have created in EBS, you attach it to the EC2 instance. Guys, remember, EC2 is basically assembling, right? So it's just like, let's say, mechanicals, they understand much. You have a bike, right? What mechanic do? He will take out all the parts. If I take out all the parts, if I give different parts, right? And I gave it to mechanic, what he do? He will assemble it. EC2 is also there. EC2 is also the same. We have whatever we required is already parts. We need to assemble it and make it ready as a EC2 instance, right? So volume we need to get somewhere, right? So guys, so where do you create the volumes? Where do you create the volumes? In EBS. Where do you create the volumes? Tell me this. In EBS. And that is why we call it as EBS volumes. EBS volumes. So guys, what I do is here, now I'll go and create the volumes and I will attach this volume to the EC2 instance. I will attach this volume to the EC2 instance. Guys, this one is assemble. I can attach, I can detach. What is that? I can attach, I can detach. Can you tell me that? Attach, detach. That meaning when if you want, you can attach new volume. If you don't want, you detach it. Can you do this in your on-premises, in your physical machine? It's a nightmare, right? So, but here in AWS, you can, volumes can be attached, volumes can be detached. That's the next thing. Volumes can be attached and detached. Right? No need. Prashant, no need. No need to do that. But we have limitations. Prashant, hold on. I'll talk about that. We'll go one by one. Okay. So guys, here I have my I have attached my volume to the EC2 instance, right? I have attached my volume to the EC2 instance. And guys, and this instance is, this volume is my C drive. Can I do this C drive only, na? The default volume. Yes or no? Yes, right? Why you call C drive here? What will be there in the C drive? What will be there in C drive? OS. I have operating system on it. So guys, can you tell me this interview question? You will only answer this. Can I attach multiple volumes to the EC2 instance? See, intelligence. You can attach multiple volumes to the EC2 instance. Multiple volumes meaning, can I attach D drive there? Can I attach D drive here? Perfectly, yes. This is my D drive. I can put E drive, F drive, whatever drive it is. Guys, now let us talk little bit technical terms here. See, what is the default volume here? Our C drive, right? If required, we'll add a D drive. But definitely when you launch the EC2 instance, definitely will come with the C drive. Without the C drive, your instance will be up and running. Will start? No. Right? So that's why, guys, this default volume, we call it as, if you have operating system on it, we call it as root volume. What we call it as root volume. What is root volume? Your C drive. If you see operating system on it, just think that is a root volume. What is the default volume? Root volume. Sweetie, let's no drive. Let's remove that the word called drive. Let's talk about volumes so that you'll have a habituate of the root volume. Guys, now can I write like this? Can I write like this? EC2 instance has a default volume. EC2 instance, and that is called root volume. Can I write like this? Guys, I'm writing in our own language. I'm not using English London accents, huh? Okay. Okay. Can I say this also? The root volume always has operating system. Can I say this? Do you agree, everyone? Early morning, right? So guys, what type of operating systems I can put on my EC2 instance? Okay, what are the different types of operating? We have only two, Windows and Linux, right? Windows, or you can put Linux. Oh, no Mac. Okay, for that you need to understand the small thing. Remember, guys, remember, I need to tell that also. Huh? Operating systems are two types. Client-side operating system, client-side OS, and server-side OS. Server-side operating system. Client-side OS meaning all your, what is that? Windows 10, Mac, your Windows XP, right? And all these all client-side operating system in your laptops. Server-side is Linux, right? Of course, you have Unix, and then you have something called Windows Server. Not your Windows 10, Windows 7 and all. It's called Windows Server, right? So are we using Linux, Unix? Unix is gone, right? So we are using on server side, there will be mostly Linux and Windows Server. And rest, Windows Server, you have versions again, guys. Windows Server 12, now you have 12, 20, there are many, right? So Windows Server and Linux, that is server side, and rest everything is client side. So guys, we are not talking about client side. EC2 is, everything is on server side. So that meaning in EC2, what kind of operating systems you can put it? Linux or Windows. Is this clear now? Now you tell me how many types of operating systems we can put on EC2. To what are those? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? Okay. Good one. So Next, I still want to put this here. Guys, if you have OS on the volume, that volume is called, what is that? Hi Krishna, why you are asking Android to me? Ask something related, right? So that is called root volume. That is called root volume. Okay, you only answered this again. Hey, how many root volumes EC2 can have? Ammani. How many root volumes EC2 can have? Forget about EC2. How many C drives you can have in your laptop? Yeah, one. How many operating systems you can have per disk? Yeah, one. How many root volumes we can have on EC2 instance? Yeah, one. Right? EC2 can have only one root volume. Okay. Guys, this one is called root volume and the rest of the volumes are called additional volume. Rest of the volumes is called additional volume. Can you tell me EC2 can have multiple additional volumes? Yes. Yes. Guys, is this clear till here? You're following, right? Any problems, any questions, any concerns? Or CC? Double CC, huh? Excellent. Excellent. Good one. Okay. We'll go slowly. Okay. So we can have multiple. Hey, another another possible. These all interview and certification courses. Guys, one volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instance at the same time. Think and think. And the question again, one volume, not one or two, any volume can be attached to multiple instances at the same time. I'm not talking about root volume and additional volume. I'm saying volume. Volume meaning it can be a root volume, it can be an additional volume. Okay, now let me ask you the question which you do. Your laptop has an hard disk. Can you attach this hard disk to multiple laptops at the same time? You fatak no. Same concept, yeah. Can you attach multiple volumes? So can you attach a volume to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? No sharing. Sharing is caring, but here is daring. You cannot dare to share, right? So no. So basically, you cannot attach a volume to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. Let me put like this. You have three EC2 instances, and you have only one volume. Either this volume can be here, this can well be here, this volume can be here. The same volume. And can I ask this question also? one volume can be detached first and can attach to multiple one by one? That is possible because we have a concept called attach and detach concept. You detach it, fatak, and then attach it. Detach it, attach it, detach it, attach it, your wish. But this should be, whenever you attach, this should be attached to only one EC2 instance. It cannot be same on multiple EC2 instances. No. Do you understand this concept? Good. Okay. All right. Now, guys, remember S3 is unlimited storage, but EBS is not unlimited storage. The maximum size is 16 TB. How much is that? Said 16 TB. Certification question. Each volume maximum size is 16 dB. You can attach multiple volumes. Guys, so remember here, volume should be pre-provisioned. That meaning, remember, whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, it will come up with the C drive, but it will give an option to us, how much size do you need? Maximum you can have 16 terabyte, right? You can put 10 GB, 20 GB, 100 GB, 200 GB, 300 GB, 500 GB, up to 16 terabyte. Your wish. It should be pre-provisioned. That meaning, yes, it should be pre-provisioned. Pre-provisioned meaning you need to mention the size for the volume. Yes, Sumit, it is a VM only, right? So remember, let's say when you launch an EC2 instance and you have using 100 GB as a volume C drive, and in that 100 GB you are using only 30 GB, and you cannot tell to AWS, say, hey AWS, I use 100 GB, but I bought 100 GB, but I'm using 30 GB, and the AWS will be not charging for 30, he'll be charging for entire 100, because remember, how much ever you want, you bring only that. How much ever you want, you bring only that. Don't bring 16 terabyte whole and start using 10 GB, and you will be charged for 16 terabyte, not how much you have used in the volume. You understood this? This is very important. So volumes should be, so here, volumes should be pre-provisioned. Volume should be pre-provisioned, like your how much ever you want, like 50 GB, 100 GB, you can put until maximum how much? 16 TB. But you might have a question that, sir, no auto scaling on the volumes, right? No, auto scaling on the server side, but not on the storage side, on EC2 at least, right? Okay, so now, guys, now you might have a question saying that, sir, I launching the EC2 instance, but Pustuk I have selected 10 GB for my C drive. Sir, I want to have 50 GB. There, okay, right? So there is I need a 50 GB, but whenever you're launching the instances, your C drive have already set up, your root volume has already set up with 10 GB. Now, remember, you can volume size can be increased on fly. That meaning no need to shut down EC2 instance. You can increase it on fly. 30 from 10, edit and make it 50, and fadak submit, and your CETA will be boom, will be increased. Got it? Do you need to restart or do you need to shut down the EC2 instance in order to increase the size of the volume? No. No. You can increase, but let's say here, when you are launching the EC2 instance, instead of putting 30, Pusuk, you have put something called 300 GB, and then you have launched it. Hare Bapre. Now I don't want 300 GB. Yeah, sir, you told 300 GB, and it will be, I need to pay 300 GB, not for, I need 30 GB, but 1 0 got extra. But remember, volume size cannot be decreased. Volume size cannot be decreased. Not possible. That's why be careful while launching the EC2 instance, how much ever you need. That's why it is clearly saying that there is a text box. How much size do you need? 30, 300, right? Don't launch the EC2 instances, especially on Saturday and Sunday. Guys, especially for you, right? Yeah, it cannot be decreased. That is a limitation. Yeah. Okay, don't do it for the weekend. So you mean what you understand? Okay, then let's not go to that. Good, guys. Now, very pakka certification question here. See, the root volume here, can we manage more than one EBS storage? What do you mean that? EBS storage meaning volume? Why not? We can manage multiple lines. Yeah, see, my guys already answered. They are very good. Yeah, if you go to the interview now, then you'll kick like anything. Okay, good. So guys, now the thing is here, root volume, this is a device, right? We have something called root volume device name. Guys, root volume device name is always /dev/sda1. What's that? /dev/sda1, or sometimes /dev/xvda. Guys, so that meaning whenever you launch the EC2 instance, this volume will be mounted, right, in the backend, right? So whenever it is mounted, you have a mount path, mount name. Mount name, we call it as device name. What is that called? Device name. This device name, whenever you see /dev/sda1, that is default root volume. Root volume will be always mounted with /dev/sda1. Remember, root volume will be always mounted as /dev/sda1 or xvda, right? So, and your additional volume can be except /dev/sda1 is reserved for root volume, but here except sda1 you can put sdb or sde or f or f के बाद क्या रहे G, etc. Right? So the thing is here, additional volume is always mounted as /dev/sdb. For example, let's say you have a D drive. Here you have something called ABC, something called some data. And your D drive, whenever you're mounting your D drive, you have mounted as /dev/sda1. Will your EC2 instance will work? Okay, I'm repeating the question. You have mounted /dev/sdb as a root volume. Will it work? Because that is your D drive. Will it work? It will not work because in D drive we don't have operating system. So that's why remember guys, if you have operating system, always mount as /dev/sda1. EC2 instance will look this /dev/sda1 to which volume it is mounted because it will look for the operating system. Is this clear? Is this clear? Right? Okay. Now, guys, you will only answer this. Mount meaning, see Prashant, whenever you put pen drive to your laptop, you will get a new mount, right, in your laptop, like a D drive, E drive, or F drive, whatever. That is mount. Okay, guys, now you will only answer these questions. Guys, my EC2 is running. My EC2 is in running now. It is in running mode, running state. Is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? Hmm? Oh, I saw the answers now. Never. No way. Right? A big no. Because like you are taking the heart live without anesthesia. Right? So you cannot. So what to do in order to detach it? Tell me that. What to do in order to detach? Excellent. Stop EC2 instance and then detach it. Fantastic, guys. Super. Right? Stop the instance first and detach the root volume. Excellent. Okay. So same question. Let me put this. Is it possible? Next. Is it possible to detach the additional volume while EC2 is running? Hmm? Excellent. Yes. Because that doesn't contain operating system. Right? That doesn't contain operating system. D drive anytime you can, because this attach and detach, we can play around like just like anything. Right? You can detach, you can attach anytime. You no need to stop the EC2 instance. But let's say Nimi, what is your full name? I'm just curious. It's just Nimi? Just Venki type, huh? Oh, Nimi Lakshmi. Okay. All right. Okay. So Nimi, let's say Nimi is working on D drive. I'm the admin of EC2 instance, and Nimi is working on D drive. It's currently running, and she's working there. She's writing some data there. And guys, and then back and Fatak, I have removed the D drive because I can detach while EC2 is running. Is that recommended? But is it possible to detach while EC2 is running? Yes, but is it recommended? No, that is what I hear. So it is not recommended to detach while EC2 is running. So stop first and detach. Right? Any volume. That is the best practice. But in your production environments, guys, it is very difficult to stop the EC2 instances. Yes or no? Right? So in that case, go and just send a mail to everyone that, hey, don't work on this particular volume, D drive, particular server. I am peaking. I mean, I am detaching it. I am detaching the D drive. So just tell them don't work on it and you can detach it. No need to stop the EC2 instance. Is this clear? Everyone? Good. Good. Can you tell me this? See, I'm making you to answer everything. Very good. That's very good. How deeply you have involved. Guys, EC2 instance has availability zones. Yes or no? Think. EC2 instance has availability zones or not? Obviously, yes. Because we'll be launching the EC2 instance, we can put our servers in 1A or 1B or 1C, na? Right? So EC2 instance has availability zones. Guys, if EC2 instance has a availability zone, volume also have availability zone, yes or no? Definitely yes. And volumes also have availability zones. Certification question. Availability zones. Another question. Let's say this EC2 instance is 1A. Guys, can you tell me the volume will be in which availability zone? It should be in the same availability zone of EC2 instance, or it can be in any other. It should be same. Fantastic. That is also certification and interview question. So the EC2 instance and volumes should be in same availability zone. This is super important certification question. If I put like this, guys, see here, I have two EC2 instance. This EC2 instance is 1A and this EC2 instance in 1B. Okay. And I have volume here, and I also have a volume here. And I told you that volume should be in the same availability zone, 1A, and then here for this 1B. Now, guys, tell me, can I think and tell me? Can I detach this volume 1A and can I attach it to 1B, or this is possible or not? Now tell me. So guys, remember here, remember your volume, whenever you create a volume, whenever you are creating a volume, it will ask for the availability zone. Whenever you launch the EC2 instance, it will ask for the availability zone. Whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, it will ask whether you want in which availability zone. If you selected 1A for EC2 instance, and whenever you are creating a volume, it will also ask the availability zone, and you have selected 1A. So guys, 1A will be matching. That meaning any EC2 instance in 1A availability zone, this 1A volume can be attached. But remember, it cannot be attached to in different availability zone. Because I said the EC2 instance and volume should be in the same availability zone. Created also and attaching also should be in the same availability zone. Right? Created and attaching should be in same availability zone. Now you understand? Now is this possible? Can I attach 1A volume to 1B EC2 instance? right? We cannot attach 1A volume to 1B EC2 instance. No, not possible. Right? So we can attach 1A volume to 1A EC2 instances anytime. But remember, you have to detach first and then you have to attach, because you cannot attach to multiple EC2 instances at the same time, right? You need to detach and attach. Is this clear? Right? So guys, and if you say, sir, I want this, sir, I want 1A volume, I want some data, I have a data in 1A, sir, and I want to put the data in 1B, sir. You say I cannot attach and detach, but how I need to do it, sir? How to do that is our next concept that we'll be discussing tomorrow. Got it? So tomorrow what we discuss is how, right? So no, not copy. Copy will work. If you have the terabytes of data, copy will not, copy is difficult, right? So how I can move 1A volume to 1B availability zone and how to make it work is the next concept. And of course, tomorrow also we'll be continuing with the next storage services. Is this clear? Final CC, everyone? Excellent. Excellent. Good. So guys, please take a photo and take this. And I'll be asking you the questions tomorrow, right? So please go through this and you should be able to answer tomorrow. Always my first few minutes would be my shootout round. Okay, and next this. Done? Excellent. Okay. So guys, please go through this and then just now itself, guys, it will not take 5 or 10 minutes, right, for you. Just take this photo and then just go through it, what I have written, right? And then you will understand and you don't need to even revise it. Definitely, if I ask questions, you will be able to answer, but just it's good to revise it, right? So because you have many things here. Good, guys. So that is all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day.